walked is called the Camellia Walk. And it was here in the 19th century that there were some most troubling reports. People spoke of the figure of a woman, terrifying to behold, walking up and down the path in the moonlight. Scholars were called to investigate. They heard of a woman terrifying to behold, the smell of death and decay upon her. They sat up all night and discovered that it was actually the Duchess of Cleveland sleepwalking, and that the smell was her breath, and that the face, well, it was just her poor beauty regime. But in any case, my friends, if you draw in a little closer, I would tell you, that's probably closer. I would tell you one final tale that perhaps gives us an insight into why these hauntings occur. It is a story from just outside the Abbey walls, from Settlescombe. I don't know if any of you know it. And if you do, you may be aware that there are a number of old houses, particularly along the main road. And it is from one of these houses that the story comes. It is from about 30 years ago. It's the story of a young woman and her baby boy. The boy suffered greatly from colic, and he would scream and scream and scream, and the only thing that could soothe him was gripe water. And one night, the child was particularly aggravated and was screaming and screaming and screaming, and the mother eventually managed to soothe him. Got him to sleep, put the bottle of gripe water high on the shelf, tiptoed downstairs, made a cup of tea, settled into her armchair, screaming, screaming, screaming. I'm sure many of the mothers here can sympathise. She just wanted to sit down for a moment, just a moment's respite. She burst into tears, but screaming, screaming stopped. She grew worried. She ran upstairs to check on her child and found him calm, relaxed, in his crib with the bottle of gripe water in his hands. She could not understand how he had reached it. It was well beyond anything he could manage, and there was no one else in the house. As the years went by, other occurrences were noted that could not be explained. When the boy started to talk, he would speak of the lady. The lady helps me. The lady's my friend. The mother said, "What lady?" "There is no lady." "Yes, there is. The lady in black. The lady in black with the key on her belt." Now, the years went by and the son left home. And one night, the mother was on her way up to bed. She walked up the stairs, turned, and came face to face with a woman dressed all in black with a keychain at her waist. Both women screamed. Both were terrified to see the other. The woman in black turned, ran down the corridor and through the wall. Now, this wall, as it would happen, had damp within it and was due to be demolished. But it was a staircase was found behind it, leading up to the attic, to what had been the servants' quarters of the house. One night, the mother steeled herself and climbed up the stairs. When in the attic space, she saw at the end of the room, by the solitary window, the figure of a woman dressed all in black with a key at her waist. She tried to ask her questions, but got no response. Every night she returned. Every night the woman in black was there. But she just stood and stared out of the window over the garden. A survey was done of the garden. An anomaly was found. It was dug up and discovered to be a shallow grave with the bones of a small child. The bones were exhumed and given a Christian burial at a nearby churchyard. The woman in black was never seen again. Now, this is a story told personally to me by a friend of mine who knows the woman. Perhaps this gives us an insight into why these hauntings occur. That there is something that must be finished, something that must be concluded before they may attain their eternal rest. But friends, we have reached the conclusion of our little perambulation. I thank you for being a most attentive audience. And all that I may say now is, may God save each and every one of you. And I bid you a very good day.